right. Hello, everybody. My name is Halia. I am a gold consultant with the company. I've been here almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in January. And we are going to go over the profit pool. We're going to go over a little of the basics of the building side of the business, just so you guys have a better understanding of it before we really dive into how to build a team. So let's get into it. What is the profit pool, right? You guys are going to hear us talk a lot about the profit pool, residual income, the mentorship program, travel trainer program, sharing the business or the opportunity, right? Those are all a lot of different words to talk about the same thing. So don't get confused if you're hearing a lot of the different types of ways that we talk about it. It's all going to be the same thing that we're talking about. So what is team building, or what is the profit pool, right? Team building is when an agent decides, or it happens organically, to take advantage of the optional side of our business, right? So any agent that um, holds a rank receives a piece of the profit pool. So let's get into those ranks, okay? So we have the first one is executive. This is when you get 3 business partners on your team, you get about 13% of the profit pool. And the way the profit pool works is all of our monthlies go into the profit pool, right? And then depending on your rank, you get a certain percentage of that pie, right? That profit pool. So as an executive, you get 13% of the profit pool. This averages to about $46 to $50 a month, okay? Now, this will mitigate your monthly fee. So every other month, your monthly will be paid, okay? Then we have bronze. This is 6 business partners. This is about 14% of the profit pool. So about 14% of that pie. Now, every month, this will eliminate your monthly, right? Because it's about $90 to $100 a month. So it'll eliminate your monthly every month. Then your business is officially running in the green, even if you don't book, right? Even if you have a really slow month and you don't book and you don't get any commissions, your business is still in the green, okay? And anything that you do book, any commissions you do receive are now all profit. Our next level up is silver. This is 9 business partners, and this is a little bit more. It's 20% of the profit pool, okay? This is ranging from about 110 to 125. I've seen it get to like 130, but it's ranging in that area. And this is about 110 to $130 a month, okay? Now, these are our very basic levels of leadership. These are where you're starting to really grow your team. You're having a more intimate relationship with them. You know, you're really building that up and learning your leadership style. Then we get into the higher levels of leadership. So the next one is gold. This is you have to have at least 15 business partners, so 15 directs. And the way that these work is like each one is like, I like to think of it as like a family tree. So you have like you up top and then your kids, right? And then your kids' kids and your aunts and all the things, right? So you have to have 15 direct agents, and at least 3 of those have to be silvers. Now, this could be you have a direct agent, your agent has an agent, and then that agent is silver. That counts towards one of your silvers. It just has to be 3 separate legs. This is about 12% of the profit pool now, but because it is one of our first higher levels of leadership, you're now receiving that leadership bonus, okay? So this is a $750 leadership bonus with about $250 to $370 of the profit pool. Now, Founder has written in that each gold gets no less than $1,000 a month, okay? So you can always expect to at least have $1,000 a month when you're a gold consultant. Now, before I move on, this is where it starts to get a little bit trickier. So I want to make sure, are we all understanding the different levels so far? Okay, perfect. Then the next one we're going to go over is platinum. This is an organization of 300, right? So before we had business partners, now this is really not only are you growing your direct agents, but now your direct agents are growing their agents too. So it turns into an organization and really becomes a team effort to get here. This is a total of 300 business partners, and it has to be balanced, right? So each leg, and by each leg, I just mean each direct, right? So one direct could have 20 agents, another direct could have 25 agents, whatever, right? Each leg has to can have no more than $100, 100 agents count towards your 300. So let's say you had your structure, right? You had your agents. Your agent had a couple of agents on their team, and then they have a couple agents on their team, right? And that leg or that agent on their team has 150. Okay, that's 150 active accounts. Only 100 of those count towards your platinum. Okay, the rest of them have to come from the other legs or the other agents. Okay, so that's where it starts to get a little bit more trickier with the balance and all of those things. We do have different goals to achieve between gold and platinum, because you can see this is a really big jump in the number of agents, right? This is probably about 50-ish agents. So we're jumping from 50 to 300. So we do have different goals to achieve to help you get there. They just don't come with higher pay ranks. So we have EVO 100, which is 100 active agents that have to be properly balanced. EVO 200, 200 active agents that have to be properly balanced, right? And then you have 300 with your platinum, but they have to be properly balanced. That's where the trickiness comes in. So with this is a really high level of leadership. So you get a 1750 leadership bonus, and then you get about 30% of the profit pool. So you get from 1750 to 2300 added on to that per month, depending on how many people are paying their monthlies, right? That's where the profit pool comes from. Does anybody have any questions about the structure or the ranks? Yes, Jacqueline, you got this. All right. Let's move on. So what are the benefits of the profit pool, right? Why does this help us? Okay, doesn't want to work. Let's try this again. What are the benefits? There we go. One, you can eliminate your monthly fee, right? As soon as, like I said, executive mitigates it. So every other month. So once you have enough money in your e-wallet to cover your monthly fee will automatically be deducted from your e-wallet. Okay. So once you have at least $89.99 in there, the $89.99 will automatically be deducted from there instead of whatever card you have on file. Why is this not working? There we go. You also can maximize your income. So you'll receive, not only are you going to receive the profit pool money for each rank, right? Or the leadership bonus, you also will receive 10% of each of your direct agents bookings. Okay. So we talk about during the presentation, when you guys are first joining the business, your mentor gets 10%, right? So that would be you. You would be the mentor. You're helping them, guiding them, teaching them how to do all the things, right? And you get 10% of each of their bookings. Now we also mean we get to grow the company, right? The bigger the company is, the more people that are paying their monthly, the more people we have in the company to pay their monthly, the bigger the profit pool gets. Okay. So growing the company, not only do we get to share this amazing opportunity with everybody, and more people get to change their lives. However, we also get to benefit from that, okay? Because that profit pool, again, those monthlies go back to us. We get to help others, right? So think of all the ways that you have been able to benefit from this company are ways that other people can benefit from this company. And we get to share that opportunity with them and give them the chance to change their lives in the way that we've been able to, right? We also get to create a culture, right? So we're here, a lot of you guys I know, right? We've talked previously, and I consider a lot of you guys family. I consider a lot of the people in this company family, and we get to share that. I literally say on all of the times I do the presentation, especially I think it was yesterday when I did it, this company has become my family, right? The people in this company have become my family, and they've given me so much support and love and all the things throughout the few years that I've known them, that is what I get excited to share about to everybody, right? I love, yes, the income opportunities, the freedom, the flexibility, what we provide, right? But my favorite thing to share with people is the level of support that we have here and the culture that we have here. Oh, oops. Okay, so there are two different ways to grow your team, right? To become part of the profit pool. You can do it intentionally, and that is when you actively make the choice to start building a team by posting on social media, maybe posting job ads, doing other various different ways to tell people about this opportunity. And then there's the organic way, right? Where you're just sharing what you're doing. You're posting on social media about your day-to-day life, right? About booking travel for people, about getting to travel yourself and doing all these things. And people are going to naturally gravitate towards that and ask you what you're doing. Okay. How are you doing this, right? How are you being able to travel everywhere? How are you able to go to all these places? How are you able to do this? How are you able to be at home or be on the beach and still get paid, right? And they're going to be like, I want to do that too. And that's how that organic building comes from. So, what markets do we go for when we're trying to grow our team? We go for the hot market, right? So, people from your personal life, people family, friends, current coworkers, things like that. They're probably going to see what you're doing and ask you, right? However, we don't tend to go directly to here, right? Because we have so many more opportunities as well. There's also the warm market. So acquaintances, friends of family, family of your friends, right? All of these different people who you know through some sort of connection, right? They can also be people that can join our business or that you could book travel for. Really, these markets are for either side of the business. And then we have the cold market, right? So we have social media, job ads, people you meet in like places. Like I know Jacqueline always talks about how she talks to people whenever she goes out. So those are people in your cold market. And this is infinite, right? You have so many people to reach out to for, again, the travel side and the building side. And these are the different areas that we can go to find people to either book travel or build our team. So if you want to start team building and when you decide you're ready to do that and you want to actively start rather than just organically, sharing your day-to-day life, you want to let your mentor know. What they're going to do is they're going to walk you through all the different things, okay? So I like to get on Zoom with my agents. I have schedule a one-on-one right away and we go through all the little steps. We go through what exactly we're doing now, right? What the profit pool is, what the ranks are, we go through mastering the invite, right? So all the things that we're going to be doing over the next few days, we go through mastering the invite. We go through using the different platforms. So Facebook, Craigslist, LinkedIn, all the different things, right? And then we go through how to close and how to really utilize your mentor to help you close, okay? You also want to see if there's any specific training. So like the series that we're doing right now, we're doing a series on building. So you want to look at your, what is it? Your, the training calendar, right? Now I did for my team and I was having a team building accountability meeting every single Friday night. Ask your mentor if they have one, right? Ask your mentor if they have building accountability meetings, or if they don't, ask if you can start one yourself, right? Keep yourself accountable. It's really important to keep yourself accountable and consistent when it comes to building, okay? Do we have any questions so far? No? Okay, let's keep going. So if you have someone interested, and this is again what we're going to go into more detail with tomorrow when we go over mastering the invite. So you want to schedule them for a live presentation. Now we have corporate presentations Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. PST. And then Saturdays in Spanish at 11 a.m. PST. Now we also have our travel knowledge presentations that are hosted by our travel knowledge leadership. Those are pretty much every single day, at least once a day, as well. Typically either at like 9 o'clock in the morning PST, 6 p.m. PST, or 12 p.m. PST. Reach out to your mentor and they will give you the calendar for that. I also, at the end of this, will be sharing the team building start me with you guys. So you guys can watch a couple of the trainings and get prepared for tomorrow's meeting for mastering the invite. So when you invite them to a live presentation, you can either manually schedule them, which is part of what we'll be going over tomorrow, or you can use Calendly. Calendly is a paid service, so just keep that in mind. But you don't want to get caught up in answering questions prior to the meeting because the presentation is geared toward answering all the questions people are going to ask you anyways. And they're structured in a way to do it the right way, right? To use the right language and all of the different things. Plus, you know, that we're all trained. Everyone who's been doing the presentations are trained on how to do them. And it is a really good way to just kind of get used to the invite process. I want you guys to think of yourself really as like a professional scheduler, right? And then let the senior agents who are trained in the presentations do all the heavy lifting for you. So you just want to remind your prospect that the meeting will answer all of the questions that they have. Okay. If you feel like after the presentations, they're asking a lot of questions and you need extra assistance, you should definitely reach out to your mentor. I teach my agents, if they are saying anything to you other than I'm ready to get started, then you need to send me a screenshot, right? I would reach out to your mentor and ask them what their process is, but you also have the option to schedule a three-way call with your platinums, right? With your gold or your platinums. These are typically held when a potential business partner is a little skeptical, right? And they just want that like interaction, that physical or that human interaction, or they have a lot of questions. So this is when we really handle, the senior agents really handle these calls, okay? So what you can do is you just ask your mentor or your platinum if they're available for a call. I typically reach out to Sarah, but I like to give her a little context on the type of questions that the prospect is asking me. And then what I do is I'll call Sarah first, like, all right, she's on the line. Then I will call my prospect, add them into that call. And then you always, 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 always want to edify your leader. Okay. This person that you're talking to is not going to know who Sarah Rogers is, right? That's going to be nothing to them. So you want to edify them in a way that really hits all of the different types of personalities that we might be dealing with, right? People are either looking for money, looking for knowledge, looking for fun, or looking how they can be helpful or how this can be helpful for them, right? So they have the different personality types. And a lot of the times you can also just ask your mentor, hey, what is your edification? And they'll be able to give it to you in a way that hits all of those personality types, okay? So the way that I do that for Sarah, at least, is I mention how she is a top income earner, right? How she is a single mom, how she is able to use these perks to really sustain herself and her business and her family, right? And how helpful she is to all of our agents, right? There's a bunch of different things that you want to hit on. So make sure you get that information from your mentor. Amelia asked if you could schedule them using Zoom. I would say no, because the Zoom links are different for corporate presentations and travel knowledge presentations, and it's not on your Zoom account, so you don't have access to those meetings. Does that make sense? Like you can't log in as the admin of those meetings. Kayla, ask your gold for your platinum's numbers. And they should be able to give them to you. Jacqueline, I know before you have asked me to do a three-way call before the prospect entered the meeting. So that's probably that. I don't know if that was previously, but I know that they need to be at a meeting first, and then we do a three-way call. These are only after the meetings have taken place and they have more questions. So Amelia, we're going to go into that later. Like I said, this is just a overview of the profit pool and a little bit of background on team building. And tomorrow is going to be how to master the invite and get them to presentations. Okay, so then how to enroll an agent. Again, these are all things we're going to go into later on. This is just a brief overview, but we have scripts, right? So you want to get in contact with your mentor. They'll have the script for you. And then you want to make sure you know where your enrollment link is. So I'm going to actually show you guys the enrollment link live because I feel like that's really helpful on how to find it. So you guys can be prepared for that. So you want to go into your back office. And then this is the top of this is the back office, right? This is the dashboard. Up top here, right where it has your agent ID, your name, log out, it's going to say enroll an agent. Okay. So you want to click on enroll an agent and then copy and paste this link in the, what is this? The search bar, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called right here, right? You want to copy and paste this link right here. And that is your enrollment link. Again, your mentor is going to have a script for you. Ask them for the script, and then you'll attach that link onto the end of the script. Okay. And so you want to tell your prospect, I actually need to update this. I don't advise them to create a new email, right? Because that's just wasting time. They can always change their email later. I do advise them to leave the company field blank because we want their name on the certificate, not some business name, right? And then I tell them that not to put any special characters in the password because the system does not recognize that. So once they have finished the enrollment, you should get an email. You wait for them to tell you what their agent ID is or that they have finished, and then you send them the onboarding script, which again, each platinum is going to have a different Start Me onboarding. So you want to make sure that you're getting it from your direct mentor to give them the right one. Now, we want them to know that we are here to guide them, right? We talk about all the time in our company that this is a we movement and we are people over profit. So you want to make sure that you are really showing that with your agent, right? They're not just here for them to be here and be on your team and count towards your numbers and then to never talk to them again, right? We really emphasize on mentoring and guiding them. So you want to make sure you're able to help them. Even if you don't know all the answers, you want to make sure you know where to find the answers or who to contact for the answers, okay? I like to get on the phone with them within the first 24 to 48 hours, or I schedule a one-on-one for Zoom with them within their first week. And that really helps build that relationship, that rapport and trust with them. And it makes sure that they know that you are there to help them, right? I like to go over their goals for the business and I like to work with them on planning out how to really get there, what the steps are that we should be taking to get them to whatever their goals are. You also want to make sure they don't skip the steps during the onboarding. So when they're going through the onboarding process, they'll probably be reaching out to you with questions. You want to see where they're at in the onboarding. You want to know what steps are which in the onboarding so you can make sure that they're doing all of the things correctly, especially joining the team groups and chats. Now, I am one of the moderators on our TK 2.0 Facebook group. And what I see a lot is people inviting their agents to the Facebook group. You don't want to do this, okay? You don't want to invite them because two reasons. One, the onboarding is structured in a way to have them join the Facebook group. It's already linked on there to have them join the Facebook group at the proper time, right? Because a lot of people get really overwhelmed with all of the information that they're taking in. This is something very brand new to them, and it's a lot to work through. So we structure it in a way that once they have gotten their certificate, downloaded a lot of important information, right? They have registered with the vendors and should have access to them by the time they join the group. And they've also attended a new agent orientation. So they have some steps in place that once they join the group and we have all of our senior agents or agents who have more experience asking very complex questions, it's not going to overwhelm them as much because they've taken some steps previously. So when you invite them before that, they can feel really overwhelmed. Another reason is when you invite them, a lot of times they don't get the pop-up or the notification to answer the questions. And if they don't answer the membership questions, they will be denied because we cannot verify that they're an agent. So make sure that they are able to join the groups through the onboarding link. Okay, you don't want to skip any steps or move too fast. And remember, the key to success is staying plugged in and asking lots of questions, right? Just as we always tell you guys, ask us questions when you have them, you want to make sure you're giving that information to your agents as well, right? Telling them, hey, it's okay to ask questions. This is something new, reassuring them it's something new you're learning. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're asking all the questions and no question is a stupid question, right? You don't want to make them feel like just because they're asking, oh, well, how do I get, or like question that you might feel is silly, you don't want to make them feel like that because, again, this is something new. They don't know anything about that, right? Okay, I see some questions in the chat. Let me open that up. Kayla, I'm not sure what you mean by what about the IP address? Yeah, so guys, this training right now is just about the profit pool, right? So I'm not going to go into mastering the invite. I'm not going to go into growing your team in any other way. I'm not going to go into retaining agents or anything like that. I'm giving you guys a little bit of tips and a little bit of basic information of the profit pool of how to do all of these different steps. And then tomorrow we're going to go deeper into mastering the invite, how to get people to the presentations. Like I said, next weekend, we're going to go over how to grow your team with Craigslist. And then we're also going to go over how to close your prospects. So how to get them the enrollment link, the scripts for that, how to send them the onboarding, the scripts for that, all of that stuff. I can do how do you go over their goals. I can add that on to what we're going to cover next week. I do have a agent retention video, but I can specifically go over how to go over the goals during closing your prospects. So then let's get into the structure, right? So you'll see we have different ways people can get to gold, right? We have naturally or we have self-made, right? And so what that means is that somebody opened up more accounts, right? So you're allowed to have 2 accounts on your Social Security and 2 accounts on your EIN. So that means I have 4 accounts, right? And then I also have my girlfriend who has currently 3, right? So that means I have 2 accounts with my SSN and 2 accounts with my EIN. And that is how I got my gold. So I got my gold self-made, okay? Whichever rank you hold on the last day of the month at 11:59 PST is what you will get paid out for the following month, okay? Residuals are paid every Friday after the 15th, and these are put into your e-wallet. And then on the Wednesday before the Friday after the 15th, which gets a little confusing. So I'll pull up my calendar and we'll show for this month. You have to transfer them to your Akimbo in order to get paid that Friday. And it has to be done by 12 p.m. Okay. So let me show you guys what that looks like. So don't mind my calendar, you guys. It might be a little chaotic, but don't mind it. So let's do month. Oh no, wrong one. Let's do month. Here we go. Okay. So this week, oh geez, this month, Friday. Why are we doing this? There we go. Okay. This month, Friday, the 15th was on a Friday, right? So that means we're going to get paid residuals next Friday. So on the 22nd. So with that, on the 20th, on the Wednesday, by 12 p.m. PST, we need to go into our back office and transfer those residuals or request a withdrawal. And what that looks like is if you click on your e-wallet, I might have to log in. If you click on your e-wallet, it'll tell you how much you have in here, right? I don't have a lot of money in here because I withdraw it. But then you can go down, scroll down, and on the left-hand side, you can go to withdraw funds. And then this is where you can put in that amount, select your payment method, which there's a $5 service fee. It'll automatically keep your monthly fee in here, so you can't withdraw that much, and it'll tell you how much you have available to withdraw. And then you just click request funds. Super simple, okay? So in order to receive residuals, your account must be qualified and active. So meaning your monthly fee has to be paid and your account has to be in good standing. If your monthly due date falls on residual payday, your residuals, the monthly is typically taken out at midnight, right, of that day. And your residuals come in typically between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. PST in that range of time. So your wallet, your e-wallet has to hold at least enough to cover your monthly before your residuals hit, or it will be taken on the card that is on file. So make sure that that is up to date as well. I think that's it. Okay, let me stop recording.